Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Safety is always a key concern for us here. We've done a lot with our asset protection team to make sure that they are really focused on customer and employee safety.
Before heading out this holiday season for that perfect deal on that TV you've always wanted, stores want you, along with thousands of others, to remember to be safe, and they're doing their part to make sure you are. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth shows you what a few retailers are doing.
It's the fodder of TV news and YouTube on Black Friday. Shoppers getting into fights and wrangling over the best deals.
Lots of anticipation for the holiday season to start.
West Acres Mall in Fargo says they don't expect it to be that crazy, but they do hire extra security just in case.
We have security on site. Fargo Police comes and helps us out. So, if anybody has an issue, absolutely, we're here for you.
Officers with the Fargo Police Department are hired by certain businesses to help keep the chaos down and keep an eye on things to keep you safe. A few of those are Walmart and Best Buy.
We just a couple of extra bodies here that can help us out, and generally we hope that they're bored, but if anybody should require some assistance, we have that available.
The general manager of JCPenney says she expects this year to be busier than previous years, and they're already getting ready for it.
We'll have our asset protection team here, of course, so we've got extra security plans so that our daytime and overnight shoppers will all be safe and secure.
Retailers have been busy preparing for this big day. Their hope is it won't only be a safe experience, but a fun one.
We have been pushing stock out to the sales floor. We have been getting those key deals out in the aisle right in front of our customers. So everything should be prepared and ready for them to just grab and go.
Bath & Body Works agrees with Wilkening, saying it's all about the preparation beforehand.
Making sure that we have the great product on the floor and ready to go, and line strategy.
And speaking of lines, there will most likely be lines anywhere you go. But retailers say patience is the best deal. In Fargo, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
Police also want to remind you to lock your car and keep your packages out of sight. And oh, by the way, a few stores offering freebies for early birds this year include JCPenney, Macy's, Walmart, and Fleet Farm, among others. The highways in this area are busy today with travelers heading out of town. So far, the roads have been pretty good, but let's find out from Hutch what drivers can expect this evening. Hutch?
Well, we do have below freezing temperatures up and down the valley, coldest weather up in northern Minnesota, and we do have a handful of crashes reported out there, typical slippery spots rather, so take it slow. It's mostly cloudy across the region this evening, and out to the west, some visibility problems, particularly near Lake Sakakawea, where some dense fog is set up there. For our region, not quite as bad, but that'll be the main problem this evening is slippery roads. Temperatures, notice this, steady through the evening. Southeast winds steady as well. And in Grand Forks, I think you'll be warming over the next few hours with that southeast breeze. So watch for fog, watch for patchy areas of slippery roads. And it does look like we'll see some warmer weather for many areas on Thanksgiving Day. We'll go through that forecast and take you beyond Thanksgiving into the weekend ahead in case you're traveling there too in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Yesterday was the busiest day for drivers making their way home for Thanksgiving, but AAA says driving isn't the only mode of transportation that's increased. More people are flying compared to previous years, and today is expected to be one of the busiest days at the airport. So arriving early and being prepared to go through security could save you time and mitigate stress.
If you're going through the security checkpoint, obviously be packed accordingly with having your liquids and gels and the easy spots so that you can get it out before you go through the checkpoint. Any electronic device larger than a cell phone, have that packed in a location where you can also get that out as you go through the security checkpoint.
Hechter International Airport is reminding travelers to double check the expiration date on any documents that you'll be using. And take a look at this. FlightAware, the world's largest flight tracking data company, provides a live tracking map of daily flights throughout the world. As you can see, there are a lot of people traveling by air right now. As you rush to catch your flight to meet friends and family over the holidays, you might not be thinking about human sex trafficking, but experts say you should.
The numbers here are high, whether you're talking about the western side of the state with the oil boom or you're talking about being in Fargo where we have intersecting interstates and the highest population. So it doesn't really matter where we are in the state, we're seeing high numbers of it.
Learn the signs to look out for and how you can help victims tonight on Valley News Live at 10. Police are asking for help finding a Fargo man who's on the run. He apparently fled when police swarmed a home in response to a physical domestic call early this morning. Officers say 41-year-old David Alvaro Suarez caused visible injury to the victim and threatened her life if she called police. He is still at large and facing charges of aggravated domestic assault and terrorizing. Neighbors tell Valley News Live that a loud noise similar to a car door or a gunshot was heard around 4 a.m. Police set up a perimeter around the home and a warrant was served by the Red River Valley SWAT team. But Suarez couldn't be found. The woman who police say is the victim in this incident says her neighbors have it all wrong, adding that she and her boyfriend were only having a loud verbal argument when someone walking by called the cops. Police eventually made contact with Suarez, who stated that he was in Grand Forks. Again, he is wanted for aggravated domestic assault and terrorizing charges. If you have any information on where he is, you can call police right away. A procession of first responders this morning escorted the bodies of those killed in Sunday's air medical plane crash. More than 24 police, fire, and ambulance cars left the medical examiner's office in Bismarck, traveling to Eastgate Funeral Home. They carried the remains of the 48-year-old pilot, Todd Lasky, and the 47-year-old paramedic on board, Chris Iverson. Authorities say the family of 63-year-old Bonnie Cook did not want to participate in a public procession. She was taken to the Bismarck Funeral Home. Minnesota State Fire Marshals say the winter holiday season is historically a dangerous time for residential fires and fire-related deaths in the state. Take a look at this video. The department says this is what can happen if you use too much oil when deep frying your Thanksgiving turkey. Minnesota Fire Marshals say 9 of the 17 deaths last year in November and December happened between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, making 2017's winter holiday season the deadliest since 2013. For some cooking tips this holiday season, you can head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. The city of Fargo is offering ways for people to recycle their holiday lights. People living in Fargo can drop off string lights, newer LED lights, and older styles with small screw-in lights. You can drop them off at the Household Hazardous Waste Facility in North Fargo. For that exact address, go to our website. The program will run until January 31st. Later on Valley News Live at 6, after decades of neglect, some old military buildings in Minnesota will again be called for duty. Plus, an ice warning from the DNR, how thick the ice needs to be for fishing and to handle snowmobiles and vehicles.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live. You're watching Valley News Live on KVLY, your hometown NBC station.
Unlike Santa's presents, ours don't just magically appear. They're designed meticulously. Every bolt, stitch, line of code, tested and tested again. Until finally this. Elves got nothing on us.
Now get over $10,000 in total savings or lease a built Ford Tough F-150 for just $209 a month. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer today.
We've determined that the #1 complaint that consumers have today about their mattresses is soft spots. And soft spots are really hard to identify because you can't even see them. You can feel them when you're laying on the mattress, but you can't necessarily see them. Because foams today don't get saggy as much as they lose support. In fact, foam loses support 10 times faster than it loses height. We're the only company in the world to warranty against soft spots.
Nobody does Black Friday like Fleet Farm. With deals like these, you'll be hightailing it over with doors opening at 6 a.m. Plus, the first 500 customers get a free plush toy. Shop incredible deals on gifts for everyone on your list, like a Lavica Venture 10-foot kayak, $139.99. Federal Black Label Bulk Ammo, starting at $29.99 after rebate. A Smoke Chef Pellet Grill, $249.99. And Copper Cookware, $39.99. Fleet Farm. Built for real life.
Donate to the Emergency Room Patient Supply Closet at Essentia Health today.
26 historic Fort Snelling buildings are going to be turned into affordable housing apartments to be used for military veterans and their families. The announcement came today. The renovations will create 176 apartments called the Upper Post Flats and are slated to be complete in 2021. The historic buildings have been around since the late 1800s when they were used by soldiers before going off to the Spanish-American War, World War I and World War II. The company renovating the buildings estimates rent will be around $1,000 for a one-bedroom and about $1,400 for a four-bedroom apartment. Money for the $100 million Fort Snelling project will come from tax credits, tax-exempt bonds, and other sources. The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is warning people that just because you see ice on the lakes doesn't mean that it's safe to walk on. Smaller lakes and ponds usually freeze first, but ice can be deceiving. Last year, 6 people died on icy lakes in Minnesota, so always check to see how thick the ice is when you get there. The DNR recommends 4 inches for ice fishing, 5 to 7 inches for a snowmobile, 8 to 12 inches for a car, and 12 plus for a truck.
And there's so much going on underneath the ice that we don't see from above the surface that it's there might be warm water currents coming in. There might be a school of fish that is keeping the water warmer and open underneath.
And just know, even on the same lake, the ice can be thick in one place and then just a few yards away. So it'll be thinner. So safety first, and remember to check the ice. Later on Valley News Live at 6, it's not a new celebration, but it is gaining popularity among younger generations this Thanksgiving season.
While our weather remains quiet tonight, there will be a couple of hitches in the giddy-up for your holiday travels. I'll make sure you know about those and the outlook for the weekend ahead. Coming up next.